Let's have a conversation about chronic flakiness and tardiness being the biggest sign of disrespect. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. This commenter is asking about what about chronic flakiness in friendships. I think chronic flakiness is one of the biggest signs of disrespect, especially in this day and age where you literally have technology everywhere at your fingertips, anything from a clock, a phone, your car, transportation, all the things, right? And I get it. We're all busy. But if we get together and I'm clearing my schedule and penciling out time for you, then I would expect that you do the same for me, right? And I think that's basic common courtesy 101. When you have people or places that are chronically flaky or that are chronically late to events with you, I think what they're communicating to you is you are not a priority for them. You are not a friend. You are not their family member. You are not their coworker, colleague, peer, anybody that they respect. You are a last resort and a last resort only if something else better does not come along. The minute that something or someone else better comes along, you are back on the shelf where you're supposed to be in there. So you need to have boundaries around your time, and you need to make it so that people respect your time. If you respect your time, then I would not continue to schedule with people who disrespect your time. So, and this goes for anything, including a job interview. I find that even in job interviews, when you have companies or, people at companies that are flaky or they cancel, for the first appointment with your interview and you try to reschedule that's a bad look. It's only going to go downhill with that organization. Sooner or later, you're going to wish you had paid attention to that red flag. The same thing can be said for girlfriends, family members, whatever, you name it. I found it consistently to be true. You set the standard for your time, and your time needs to be valuable. It needs to not even be played with. So, you come up with the boundaries. So for me, for example, I don't allow any more than, once the second time, the first time it needs to be a good reason other than I just slept late and all this other kind of stuff. If you come into me with that, I'm not scheduling with you again, period. That first time. But, second time, I'm not, I don't care what's going on. I'm not going to do it ever again. And matter of fact, we're not even friends. We might be peers, but I don't make space in my schedule. I don't care what it is. Some of you may think that that's too strict, but whatever your policy is, you need to come up with it and you need to stick to it regardless of who it is, no exceptions. Because sometimes what people will do is that they're strict with their friends, or, for example, girls will be strict with their girlfriends about it, but they'll allow that man to disrespect their time. They'll allow their mother to disrespect their time. So I say you need to come up with a universal rule for everybody, because I think all's fair with everybody. Your title, your role in my life does not excuse you in disrespecting my time. So I hope that helps. Thanks so much for asking that. But remember, anybody who flakes out on you consistently, you're not of importance to their life. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what sort of sob story they come up with. If they're flaky or chronically late, you are the last resort person in their life for when nothing else better comes along. So you need to decide whether or not you want to be someone's last resort, or just in case so-and-so doesn't show up or come through. You need to decide right now if you're going to be that person, because otherwise, if you don't make that decision, someone else is going to make it for you. Hope that helps.